What's up, Game Day Network? Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, hit the subscribe button because we bring you real sports talk without the corporate filter. Just pure passion for the game. Now, let's get into it. Super Bowl 59 is in the books, and what a statement the Seattle Seahawks made at Levi Stadium. The Patriots came in with dreams of glory, but Mike McDonald's Seahawks had other plans. Today, we're breaking down the 10 stats or 10 scenarios, however you want to call it, that tells the story of Seattle's dominant performance. These aren't just numbers, they're the DNA of the championship run that will be remembered for years to come. Let's get into it. The first half shutout. Let's start with the most brutal stat of the night for New England and the Patriots. Scored 0 points in the first half. Zip. Nada. Nothing. Now, you might be thinking, okay, they had a slow start, but teams come back all the time. Wrong. Here's the reality check. Teams that get shut out in the first half of the Super Bowl are now 0-15 all time. That's not a typo. 0 wins, 15 losses. Once you get into the halftime locker room and you're down scoreless, history starts to set in. The Patriots offense looked lost. That Drake May, I don't know what was going on. He had brilliance all season, but I guess the defense just overwhelmed. They were suffocating him. No rhythm, no momentum, no points. And in the Super Bowl, that's a death sentence. The Seahawks were ready. Here's a stat that belongs to Seattle and its historic win. The Seahawks became the first team in NFL history to win a Super Bowl while committing 0 turnovers throughout the entire postseason. Think about it. That 3 playoff games, including the Super Bowl, and they didn't give the ball away once. Not a fumble, not an interception, nothing. Ball security wins championships. We've heard that saying 1,000 times, but Seattle didn't just talk about it. They lived. Sam Darnold protected the football like his life depended on it. Kenneth Walker III, that man, he's a beast. He ran that ball through contact. The offensive line kept Darnold clean, upright. You got to give it to Seattle's offensive line and offensive coordinator. This is a championship caliber football team, folks. When you don't beat yourself, when you make the other team earn every single yard, every single point, that's when you become unstoppable. The Seahawks were surgical sometime in their execution, and 0 turnover postseason run is proof for that. The Seahawks now have 2 Lombardi trophies in franchise history. Their first came back in the Super Bowl with the Legion of Boom that demolished Peyton Manning and the Broncos 43-8. Now, over a decade later, they've done it again with a completely different roster and completely different identity. With this win, Seattle joins the club of teams with multiple Super Bowl titles. Their 17th franchise to accomplish this feat. Think about that. Out of 32 teams, only 17 have won more than once. That's elite company. What's impressive is now this team rebuilt. After the Legion of Boom era ended, there was question marks. Seattle could not get back to the top. They went through transitions, coaching changes, roster turnovers. But what stayed the course, they built it through the draft, made smart moves in free agency, and it came to fruition. This isn't luck, folks. This is organizational excellence. From ownership to the front office to the coaching staff and the players, everyone bought in. And now they're reaping the rewards, which is a Super Bowl. Elite coaching company. Mike McDonald just made NFL history. He became only the 3rd coach ever to win off this incredible triple crown. Lead a number 1 scoring defense as a coordinator, lead a number 1 scoring defense as a head coach, and win a Super Bowl as a head coach. The only other 2, Bill Belichick and Chuck Noll. That's it. That's the list. two of the greatest coaches of NFL history, and now Mike Macdonald joins that team. Let's appreciate what this means. When Macdonald was a defensive coordinator in Baltimore, he orchestrated one of the most feared defenses in football. Then he gets the head coaching job in Seattle and doesn't just maintain that excellence, he elevates it. Year one as a head coach, and he's already got that's the defensive scheme tonight. That defensive scheme tonight was a masterclass. The Patriots couldn't figure it out at all. They disguised coverages, created blitzes, disciplined gap control, four-man rushes. Drake May never got comfortable. The offensive line was confused all night. And when you can dominate like that on the biggest stage, you prove you belong among the coaching elite. Macdonald is young. He's brilliant. He's just getting started. Seattle has locked in a special one, and the rest of the league better take notice. This is Sam Darnold's 15th, the comeback kid. That's what I want to call him, the journeyman, who refused to quit and now a Super Bowl champion. Darnold became the first quarterback in NFL history to win a Super Bowl while playing with his fifth team. Let that sink in. Jets, Panthers, 49ers, Vikings, and now the Seahawks. 5 teams, 5 chances, and on his fifth stop, he won the championship. He's on the mountaintop. This is one of the best redemption stories in recent NFL memory. Remember when Darnold was the 3rd overall pick by the Jets? Remember when people wrote him off as a bust? Remember when he was bouncing around as a backup just trying to hang on in the league? He never stopped believing. He kept working, kept learning, kept fighting for his opportunity. And when Seattle gave him the keys to the offense, he didn't just manage the game. He elevated it. Last night, he was poised, accurate, and clutch when it mattered. This is why you never give up on your dream. Darnold could have quit. He could have accepted being a career backup, but he didn't. He bet on himself, and now he's a world champion. That's inspiration right there. Kenneth Walker III, your Super Bowl champion, MVP. Before Walker, there had been 8 running backs to win the Super Bowl MVP. 8 in the entire history of the Super Bowl. And the last one, Terrell Davis with the Broncos. That's 28 years ago. Running backs don't win Super Bowl MVPs anymore. It's a quarterback's league, right? Yeah, okay, whatever. Wrong. Not last night. Walker was absolutely unstoppable. He ran with power, vision, and determination. He broke tackles, hit the home run, and punished the Patriots defense all night long. When Seattle needed a big play, Walker delivered. When they needed to control the clock, Walker delivered. When they needed to put the game away, Walker delivered. This is old school smash mouth football, and it's beautiful to watch. In an era where everyone wants to throw the ball 50 times a game, Seattle said, no, we're going to do this old school way. We're going to do this the old school way. This is how we're getting it. We're going to run it down their throat until they cannot stop it. Run the same plays over and over again. And the Patriots could not stop it. Walker's performance tonight was legendary. He brought the running back position back into the spotlight on the biggest stage in sports. And I thank you, Walker, because there's running backs out there that need it. Here's a wild stat that shows just how close the Seattle Seahawks was to perfection this season. They lost 3 games all year by a combined total of 9 points. 3 losses, 9 total points. Only 6 other Super Bowl champions in history have finished a season with a combined margin of defeat under 10 points. That's insane, right? Every single loss Seattle took this year came down to the wire every single week. That's the mark of a great team, not just winning, but being competitive even in defeat. No blowouts, no quitting, no giving up. Every game they fought until the whistle ended. And here's the thing that those close losses taught them. They learned how to finish the games. They learned how to stay composed under pressure. They learned they learned what it takes to win in every game they played and that was on the line, and they won the Super Bowl. Hey man, big ups, because I thought it was going to be a boring game, but it actually turned out to be very good. Seattle finished the season, including the playoffs, scoring first of 12. That's almost perfect. In this Super Bowl, in Super Bowl 59, they jumped out to a 19-0 lead. The Patriots could not, I don't know. I don't know what the offensive coach was doing. Here's the first punch that set the tone. The team played from behind. The team tried to play from behind. A simple formula, but Seattle executed it where the Patriots could not play from behind. They scored when it mattered, okay? Yeah, it wasn't touchdowns, but they scored when it mattered, and the Patriots could not catch up. There you have it. How Seattle, in my view, won the game, won Super Bowl 59 at Levi Stadium. From historic defensive dominance to offensive efficiency to individual brilliance, this team checked every box. Mike McDonald, Sam Darnold, Kenneth Walker III, and the entire Seahawks organization, congratulations. You earned this win without a shadow of a doubt. What do you think of the game? Drop your thoughts in comments below. And if you enjoyed this breakdown, smash that like button and subscribe to Game Day Network for more real, unfiltered sports analysis. Until next time, this is the Game Day Network, Mr. Ricks, and we'll get back to you soon on to the next one. I think March Madness is coming up. Football is over, so it's going to be a lot of things about short clips about what's going on in March Madness. I'm looking forward to, and as always, stay blessed, have a blessed day, and stay warm right now.